Hello, and welcome to the 3-minute recap for Power Standard Number 1, Citing Textual Evidence. Now, if you are watching this video, that means that I am either not here or we have decided to do a streamline of teaching of this, and we're going to do it individually, maximizing my time and availability to be able to walk around. So, right now, you should have out your Citing Textual Evidence video graphic organizer or your notes, and we're going to go through the video very quickly. So, first thing we discussed in the video was two primary definitions. The first one was to cite. When you cite, you quote an example for authority or proof. Typically, when you cite things from a text. The next thing we have is evidence. Evidence is information, evidence provided to support an argument. Now, why is it important that we have to learn this skill? Well, first thing, when we have ideas about what we read, we need to cite explicit textual evidence that supports our ideas. When asked a question or asked to express ideas about the text, we should use explicit textual evidence to support and prove that our idea is not made up. In real life, people back up opinions all the time with evidence that allows them to be taken more seriously. I can't sit here and say that LeBron James is the worst player in the NBA without providing some explicit textual evidence to support my argument. So, explicit means direct. Textual means from the text, and evidence is support. So, exactly what are we going to do with our skill of learning how to cite textual evidence? Well, first we're going to infer. We're going to infer author's purpose or intentions, and we can also infer meaning of unknown words or phrases. The next thing we can do, we can analyze. We can analyze author's argument. We can analyze theme, plot, characters, conflict. We can also analyze we can determine what the central idea is. We can determine what the author's purpose is. We can also determine what the character motivation or conflict is. And lastly, we can determine the meaning of unknown words or phrases. All of these skills are first incorporated in textual evidence. So, how? Well, typically, when you're citing textual evidence, we may come up with discussion questions. That's typically how you'll have to cite textual evidence. Sometimes I'll have you read a text where I'll have you underline or highlight it. But when you're writing it out, you do three main things. You state, you cite, and you explain. You're going to state your idea. You're going to state the idea you had about the text. You're going to cite what in the text led you to that, and then you're going to explain how each piece of evidence supports your idea. So, how do you do that? You restate your questions, you paraphrase, or give a direct quote. That's how you state, cite, and explain. Now, if you finish with the 3-minute recap, as you can see, we've gone about a minute over. You're now going to click on the next video, which is the I, where I'm going to model. For the next video, you're going to need your Power Standard Number 1, Citing Textual Evidence Practice Activity Sheet. We're going to be working on Part 1 and Part 2.